They were warehouses where they put guns, arms, and other materials. However, during the slave trade, this is what they put female captives. So we are the female slave catchers. Hmm. Please, let's come over. Please, where we are. This female dungeon took the biggest number of women in this castle. Almost 150 women were just lying on the floor. No carpet or mats on bed. And in those times, there were two receptacles or containers. They put one container there, and they kept another one at the far end corner there. So what happens is if you want to go to the toilet, you visit. You want to urinate, you visit. Our vomit, you visit. The same space. But when we look at the health problem, please, this all we see, this was one of one of their sources of air. But the problem is this hole was connected to this room. This is a magazine. In this magazine, they put guns and gunpowder. So anytime there was this is Portuguese water reservoir. Portuguese water reservoir. So they built a reservoir. Can you have a look here? You have some pipes here. Have a look. Pipe here and another one here. When the Portuguese were here, they will connect these pipes around the castle in a way that whenever it was raining, rainwater will pass through and enter the water reservoir. So what we have here, it is not. Okay, please, before we are, all these clothes and chains you see here, on July 2016, an exhibition was held in the Elmina Castle with the title The Nigeria, UK, USA, DR Congo. They came and slept here for 12 hours in the dungeons. They wanted to show how the slave trade was going on back in those times. Please, these are some of the clothes they used and the chains for the exhibition. In fact, a lot of people from many right, but because of the rust, many of them are destroyed. So they have replaced them right with these. They've seen a lot. That is it. Please. No uh, piping that was here during the time of slavery. So USA, here it is. Yeah, an elected official came back to give you the story, real, upfront, and personal. Here it is. So it looks like the same wood bank. So these here, as our tour guide has told us, there was the exhibition in 2016 for people came from America, Ghana, Nigeria, from all over the world to have an experience here of what it was like to live in these chambers. So the cloth that you see here is not the original cloth, but it was from 2016 because they wanted to see what the experience was to live in the dungeons during slavery. So this is one of the rooms we're in. This is where all the women were kept. And what a story. Now, here, as the tour has told us, he's a very, very great tour. He's educated me on so much about this place.
and I'll let him introduce himself at the end of this video. So now, if you look up here, he explained to us what the process was of the women in this area. And here is the governor's quarter, where women were in this area here, and he would come out here and stand. And when he came out here to stand, the women were brought out of these caves here to be clean, to be set up and picked for the governor to have sex with. Now, a lot of women resisted, and there's a ball right that we're going to show you that was for the women who resisted. So here's where the governor did his due. Here is the ball the tour guide educated us on the women who resisted. So when they resisted the governor, they were put on this ball here, which is this is
Cannonball.
a cannonball,
25 kilograms.
25 kilos, and it was a pretty heavy ball for the women who resisted the governor. So kudos to our sisters and our ancestors who resisted because somebody had this ball on their ankles.
Tell us something here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just a minute, please. When we have the wood, you have this little drainage of kata stretching down here, down into the room of no return. In those times, this drainage was not here. I was seeing that the Portuguese connected pipes around the castle. So all the female captives in chains, that's where they passed. So this is the female slave exit. The female slave exit. Alright, so since you have seen where the women passed, let's see where the men too were passing.
So they put it here. So I mean, what is the steps here or
So,
something? Is there steps here where they?
At first, but I want us to get in there.
Okay.
And you have a better understanding.
Okay. All right.
You can talk slowly. Female exit. Where the women passed.
Female exit. You heard them.
Chains. This is what they passed. We are at the male transit dungeon. The male, nobody's taking transit. There is a writing over there. I want to get closer and have a look. Waiting booth for you. All right, please.
So they were doing all this, and then the missionaries was up top praying to God.
Yes, please. Put on your torchlights.
Amen.
No. So,
That's all right.
yeah, one step down.
Okay.
Please just stand with me. Okay. All right. So, all the men in chains will pass in here and enter the room of no return. This is the female slave exit. However, in those times, this was steps. All right, we have the drainage. We are going to see the room of no return. Please mind your steps, mind your head, and bend very low as we enter.
This was the room.
I told you to bend low because if you don't do that, you are going to hit your head over here. Now, the issue is a lot of the captives accidentally they hit.
Yeah.
Because they had no idea that I was here. Wow. So it was during the dark hours. All the captives passed through this door. But in those times, as I said, the sea was closed. It was closed. Right, it has gone backwards. There were smaller boats for kings. There were branches close over here. And we had steps here. The captains will enter the smaller canoes and they took it to the wharf where they dashed anchor. They were arranged to them, taken to places like America and Ireland.
So the Dutch, believe it or not, the Dutch, the same thing they were doing here, they were also going into the Africa. Ready? Well, we are now in the dungeon of the door of no return. So as you can see, the door is extremely small, but our tour guide told us that the women lost after being captive in these chambers for 3 months. They were got very small, so they were able to get through this door. So I'm actually in the dungeon, family, and this is the actual door of the no return. It's not a big door. Now at that time, the water receded more closer to the castle, and so they can go out in small boats into the larger boats and onto wherever they were taken. So this is one of the, I love doors, and I'm a builder. I build homes and I do things like that. But this is the saddest door that we could ever imagine, and this is a door that we as African Americans should never forget. What's so amazing? Jeff, Jeff, right? Mark, okay, okay. Mark, what's so amazing is that even though the trauma of the experience, African Americans are so yeah.
How does that happen?
Our ancestors that had this experience, science has told us that when you have a traumatic experience, you actually pass it on to your DNA, generation after generation. So that's why you're seeing the problems in America now, because it's never been addressed. They tell a story, but it's never been addressed. And so now we're suffering from it because those traits of that DNA has been passed on generation after generation after generation, even up to today. That's why we're yeah.
Just give me 2 minutes, take some pictures. I'll be with you.
Sure.
The slave dungeons, that should be in the everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. In that, may those who died rest in peace, may those who return find their roots, and may humanity never again perpetrate such injustice against humanity. And we, the living about to uphold this mission statement.
Oh, oh, my heart is just breaking. I'm trying to fight back the tears.
Please, this is the European soldier cell for the stubborn soldiers. Some left the house with no permission, others got so much drunk. They were
Can you imagine everybody being in here with the door shut? It's no air in here at all. It's pundit. I just can't even wrap my brain around. Our ancestors had to go through this. Mm, mm.
please. That's the condemned cell.
Ah.
they die because of heat, right? And no water to drink or food to eat until you die.
42 weeks?
No, until no water or food until you die.
Up until you die?
You are starved.
Oh my missionaries.
Out of pain.
Mm.
Before they die.
Very.
I can't smell.
That's good. Please come.
Okay.
I'm going to an office. Right, it's a crack shop.
So there's an office that looked out and everything. So is this where the governor was? Where the person who ran everything was?
No.
This is missionaries.
This was an office.
Oh, office.
This was an
Okay.
office.
Okay.
So quickly, I want to show you the documentary.
Okay.
Okay. We have another. I'll show you. It's finished here.
Okay.
No, because it's one personality.
And then.
You will come back here. I want to show you something.
Wow. So they have it anchored like here, and then in
Let's call it a two.
Accra,
Yes,
they have
castle.
the castle,
Yeah,
right?
Christian
So that's where
castle.
all the presidents and stuff like that stay.
All right. We will
Wow.
come up here.
Wow. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. The view is just astounding.
I need to do it outside to get the most background. Please, can you take the shade out?
Oh,
Yes,
take it off.
yes.
Okay.
Get your face in. Can you put your hand down? Okay, that'll be great. This kitchen was small for us. We added another one. Let's see the second one. What? So one and two for one person.
Are you
Government
serious?
station. Yes. Wow. We walk with total area. For one person.
So tables right there. They had a table right here.
So there's a chimney.
Oh, this is the chimney.
We have one here,
Oh,
another
okay.
chimney over there.
Over there.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Wow. All right, let's continue. The female captives walked up here and entered the governor's bedroom. A trapdoor. Mm, mm, all right.
It's so sad. I can feel the
Would you
tears.
make a top here?
Uh,
A small video?
yeah, let's do that right here.
From here?
So right here is where the governor, as I showed you before, he stood over and looked at the women. So when he picked out the woman that he wanted, they would come up these stairs, and then they came through this trap door into the governor's bedroom. So this is how our ancestors and our women were treated. They came up these steps. I know they came up with tears in their eyes and a broken heart, and not knowing what the future holds for them. But some of them survived. Because they didn't, I wouldn't be here today. None of us would. So we thank them for what they all endured. They endured a lot. Yes, they did. Going into the chapels. So the chapel is straight ahead. And what's so amazing is that underneath, as our tour guide has told us, that underneath the floor, we're about to show you, was the chamber for our ancestors, our women. So while they were down there 3 months at a time, with no water, no food sometimes, menstrual cycle, having to use the bathroom, while they were all down there squashed together, up top, the missionaries were having church, really. And here it is. This is the chapel. This is the church. Downstairs is where our ancestors, our women ancestors, was down under here. They were kept underground. And this is the church. And here are some of the words that it said. Can you believe it? It's absolutely amazing and heartbreaking at the same time. Heartbreaking. I'm fighting back the tears. This is where they worship, where our ancestors were downstairs. These were his quarters. This was the governor's quarters.
Living rooms for government. This is governor's washroom.
Wow.
It looks a little bit more.
Yeah, this was my absolutely amazing. You want a picture of it? Wow. So these sailors watch the ships come in and the slaves go out. You can see all that from here. And this has the best air, everything. Wow. Oh my God. This is the market?
Yes.
Wow. So is this the same way the market was back then? Was the market like this then?
So the only difference is the structure that is being put up.
Okay,
That's
but
not the market.
everything has been the same all this time. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Wow. I've been home for years. Yes, I'm gonna talk about you for years. Hmm. Thank you for being so patient and understanding. It means a lot. It really means a lot. It means a lot.
150.
Oh,
150 women. Under the while they were doing this, sleeping in their toilet and suffering down there, there was party happening. Officers in this. Wow. Okay, quickly, one. This is unbelievable.